anyone out there struggling with lustful thoughts, falling into sexual sin, touching yourself when you shouldn't be touching yourself. You know what I'm talking about. The best tip I could give you, right? Because I'm a month, right? A month tomorrow, okay? I ain't proud of it, right? I should be years, but it is what it is. Only a month. And the biggest thing is the perspective change, right? It's hard because in everyday life, we always going to find, or we going to run into situations where we get exposed to it in some way. Whether it's a woman looking, dressed and revealing. You see someone you shouldn't have seen it. Whatever. It's ultimately the perspective change of looking from, instead of looking, I guess looking at a woman with how do I put it? I guess what helped me is I would think about my mom or my grandma, or also think of it as like the mother of God. If you're looking at Mary, would you want to think of Mary that way? No, you wouldn't. And it definitely does help. But the other big thing is just get off the social media. Go outside, breathe some fresh air, work out, do something. And when those thoughts show, when they pop up in here, you realize that it's wrong and you move on with your day. You don't entertain it. You don't be like, I shouldn't have thought that. Don't even think that. Start praying. Do anything. Anything besides from entertaining that thought. Because that's what the devil wants. He wants you just to think about it. Because you might get a thought and you entertain it for too long, right? Maybe it won't affect you that day or the next day or the day after that. But at some point, it'll come back, and because of that little loss you took from entertaining that thought, you will fall into that sin. Because that happened to me. Because I was like, going into 2025, I ain't gonna do it at all. Or 2026, I mean. So I was on a month again, but then I fell during January. I was clean most of December, but I fell. And so ultimately, it's about rewiring your brain and what you think. If your first thought when you see a woman is lustful, then there's something you got to change. You got to realize that. Pick your nuts up, be a man, and ignore the thoughts, man.